The scent of vanilla and warm bread rises through the air like a gentle invitation. You are 7 years old again, sitting cross-legged on a faded quilt in your grandmother's sunroom. Golden light filters through lace curtains. Dust motes dance slow as honey. Her voice is soft somewhere behind you, reading aloud from a book with pages yellowed at the edges. This is where time moves differently, where seconds stretch into small eternities, and breathing feels like coming home. Let that feeling settle deep in your chest now. Warm and golden and completely safe. From here, you can begin to sense it. A subtle vibration just beneath your awareness, like the quietest hum of electricity, or the way railroad tracks might sing if they could. It's calling you gently, not demanding attention, but simply existing, waiting for you to notice. That's all right. There's no rush. Let your breathing slow even more. Feel how your shoulders have already begun to soften, how your jaw has started to relax. That humming sensation grows stronger. Not loud, not even particularly noticeable. Just there, like a friend who's always been there, waiting patiently. Now you can feel yourself beginning to move, not physically, but in some deeper way, as though consciousness itself is shifting, drifting, floating, spiraling downward into something warm and welcoming. The air around you begins to shimmer, not with heat, but with something far more ancient. Threads of light appear, gossamer thin, delicate as spider silk, yet strong enough to hold the weight of stars. They spiral around you, descending in perfect curves, each one humming its own tiny song, too soft to distinguish individual notes, but together creating something vast, something that feels like love made audible. You realize you're standing now, though you don't remember moving. Your feet are bare, and the surface beneath them is warm, like polished stone heated by gentle sunlight, but somehow softer, more yielding, more alive. The threads continue to spiral down, beckoning you forward, not urgently, but with the persistence of tides. You take a step, then another, each footfall accompanied by the faintest chime, like dropping pebbles into very deep water. The sound doesn't fade. It simply becomes part of the growing symphony. Around you, the walls seem to breathe, expanding and contracting in rhythm with your heartbeat. Or perhaps your heartbeat is slowing, matching the pace of this place, becoming one with it. The threads touch your skin as you pass, leaving trails of warmth and the most delicate tingling, like being kissed by moonlight, like being wrapped in silk woven from sighs. Each contact adds to the harmony, building layers of sound so rich, so complex, that your mind begins to quiet simply from trying to hold it all. That's good. Let your thoughts scatter like dandelion seeds. There will be no tests here, no puzzles to solve, no problems requiring your urgent attention. There is only this moment, this spiral, this endless descent into peace. The humming grows more distinct now, though still incredibly gentle. You can almost make out individual tones, some deep and resonant, others bright and crystalline, all weaving together in patterns that feel both random and perfectly intentional. Your breathing has slowed considerably, each inhale drawing in not just air, but the shimmering essence of this place. Each exhale releasing tension you didn't even know you were holding. Tension from yesterday, from last week, from years ago, that your body has been carrying faithfully, like a loyal dog with a bone too big to bury. Let it go. It's safe to let it go now. This place knows how to hold your burdens, to transform them into something lighter, something that can float away on the gentle currents of melody. You continue descending, step by step by step. The spiral seems infinite, and you're grateful for that. Grateful that there's no bottom to reach, no destination that demands you arrive, no finish line to cross. Just this eternal spiral, this dance between gravity and grace. The threads around you pulse gently, in and out, like sleeping lungs, or the rise and fall of ocean swells viewed from great height. They are responding to something, perhaps to your presence, perhaps to the rhythm of your heart, perhaps to frequencies far deeper than sound, vibrations that exist in the spaces between atoms, in the pause between lightning and thunder. In the moment when a seed decides to sprout, you notice the temperature has shifted, not becoming cooler, but more complete, as though you've entered a room where every possible comfort exists simultaneously. The warmth isn't just physical anymore. It's wrapping around your thoughts, your memories, your sense of self, like a cocoon made of understanding, like a blanket woven from compassion. The humming reaches a new level of clarity, still soft, still gentle, but now you can perceive its structure. Layers upon layers of tone, each one vibrating at exactly 432 hertz. The frequency of healing, of alignment, of return to center. But you don't need to understand that intellectually. Your body understands. Your cells are already beginning to resonate, to remember what perfect health feels like, what perfect peace sounds like. Your steps have become even slower, as though the spiral wants you to savor each moment of descent, to fully experience the transition from the world of sharp edges and hurried breath to this realm of soft focus and endless time. Above you, the opening through which you came has grown small, like the mouth of a distant well. But there's no panic about being trapped, only the deep satisfaction of having arrived somewhere that was waiting specifically for you. The threads continue their gentle pulsing, and you realize they're not just responding to you, you're responding to them too. A conversation without words, an exchange of energy that bypasses thought entirely. Direct communication between your essence and theirs, ancient and immediate, familiar and completely new. Your eyelids have grown heavy, not from fatigue, but from the weight of peace. Peace so profound, it requires your full attention. Peace that asks to be felt with your whole being, not just observed, not just acknowledged, but completely absorbed. The spiral continues, seemingly without end, and you're grateful for its patience, for allowing you to move at whatever speed feels right, for never suggesting you're taking too long, for never implying you should hurry. The humming has settled into your bones now, vibrating through your skeleton, through the fluid in your joints, through the chambers of your heart. It's not just sound anymore. It's become substance, become light, become the very air you breathe. You can feel your posture changing, shoulders dropping even further, spine lengthening, neck releasing its habitual tension. Your head tilts slightly back, allowing the vibrations to flow freely through your sinuses, through the hollow spaces in your skull, amplifying the resonance, multiplying the effect. Around you, the threads have begun to glow, softly, with their own inner light, not competing with anything, but adding another layer to the sensory experience, another dimension to the journey. The light is warm gold, like honey, like sunset, like the color of perfect rest. You continue moving downward, though the concept of direction feels less relevant now, more like movement through states of being than through physical space. The humming has found its way into your bloodstream, pulsing with your circulation, carrying its message of healing to every corner of your body, to places you'd forgotten existed, to muscles that had given up hope of relaxation, to organs that had been working overtime for decades, giving them permission to slow down, to remember their original purpose, to return to their natural rhythm. Your breathing has become so slow, so deep, that each cycle feels like a small meditation. Inhalation, bringing in fresh energy. Exhalation, releasing what no longer serves. Both processes happening naturally, effortlessly, without conscious control. Your nervous system is resetting itself, like a computer restarting after a long period of overuse, clearing out old files, updating its operating system, returning to optimal performance. The spiral responds to this change in you, the threads pulsing more brightly now, their humming becoming more complex, adding harmonics that weren't there before, as though they're celebrating your transformation, acknowledging the work your body is doing, honoring the courage it took to arrive here. You notice that the sensation of movement has changed. You're no longer walking, no longer stepping, but floating, descending through the spiral like a feather on still air. Effortless, graceful, completely supported. The threads wrap around you more closely now, not restricting, but embracing, like the arms of someone who loves you unconditionally, who has missed you, who is simply happy to have you back. The humming has become a constant companion, always present, never intrusive, like your own heartbeat, like the sound of rain on a tin roof, like the distant murmur of a loved one sleeping peacefully beside you. Your mind has grown remarkably quiet, not empty, but peaceful, like a lake at dawn, smooth as glass, reflecting only what is essential. The surface ripples only when touched by breeze, and even then, the disturbance is gentle, temporary, healing. The spiral continues its patient rotation, and you with it, moving through space and through states of consciousness simultaneously. The threads have begun to thicken, becoming more substantial, more like ribbons than filaments, still gossamer, still translucent, but with more presence, as though they're solidifying in response to your deepening relaxation, as though they want to give you something tangible to hold on to, even as they're teaching you to trust the intangible. The light they emit has grown warmer, more golden, closer to the color of your grandmother's sunroom. That connection makes you smile, small and secret, like remembering a favorite song from childhood. The humming has developed a rhythm now, not quite a beat, but a pattern, rising and falling like waves, cresting and troughing in cycles that feel both natural and divine. Your body recognizes this rhythm, has been waiting for it, has been unconsciously seeking it in traffic sounds, in the ticking of clocks, in the cadence of footsteps on pavement. Now it's here, complete, available, yours to absorb. Your floating descent has slowed even further, as though the spiral wants you to linger, to fully integrate each level of peace as you pass through it, to allow the healing frequencies to penetrate deeper with each revolution, to give your consciousness time to adjust to its new expanded state. The threads press more gently against your skin, their light wrapping around you like a shawl, like the embrace of evening shadows, cool and refreshing after a long day in the sun. You feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, completely. every layer of your being loosening, releasing, letting go. The humming has become part of your own internal landscape now. No longer external sound, but internal resonance. The frequency vibrating through your entire organism, aligning your molecules, reorganizing your energy field, returning you to your natural state of harmony. Your breathing has slowed to nearly imperceptible levels, each cycle taking many seconds. Deep, full, nourishing. Your lungs expanding completely, holding the breath long enough for maximum oxygen transfer, releasing fully, allowing carbon dioxide to leave completely. Your circulatory system follows suit, heart rate dropping, blood pressure lowering, vessels dilating, bringing warm blood to areas that had grown cold from stress, bringing healing to tissues that had forgotten what relaxation felt like. The spiral has become less important as a path and more significant as a metaphor, representing the journey inward, the return to center, the reconnection with your deepest self. You understand now that you haven't been traveling downward, but inward, deeper into the core of your own being, where peace has always lived, patient and undisturbed, waiting for you to remember how to find it. The threads have thickened into cords now, strong enough to support your weight if you need it to rest. But you don't. You're being held by something far more reliable, by the spiral itself, by the humming, by the light, by the collective intention of all these elements working together. Your consciousness has expanded beyond the boundaries of your physical form, not leaving your body, but including more than your body. Like stepping outside on a clear night and suddenly remembering that you're standing on a planet which is spinning through space, which is part of a galaxy, which is one of billions. The perspective shift is gentle, not shocking, but settling, like coming into focus after being slightly nearsighted your whole life, and suddenly seeing clearly without glasses. The humming has resolved into pure tone now, single, uncomplicated, but containing within it all the complexity that came before, like white light containing all colors, like silence containing all sounds. The frequency pulses through you, not pushing, not forcing, but inviting every cell to remember its perfect blueprint, to return to the template of health that exists beyond time and space. Your descent has become so gradual, so subtle, that you're not sure you're moving at all. Perhaps the spiral has stopped rotating. Perhaps you have. Perhaps the distinction between motion and stillness has dissolved, leaving only the experience of being. Complete, whole, at peace. The threads have formed a cocoon around you now, not confining, but protective, like the walls of a womb, like the embrace of deep water, like the shelter of ancient trees. They hum constantly, their combined voices creating a sound like distant thunder, like the ocean heard through a shell, like the rumble of Earth's own heartbeat. Your awareness has become diffuse, spread throughout the spiral, through the threads, through the humming. You are no longer just yourself, but part of something larger, something ancient, something wise. The boundary between self and environment has softened, like the edge of a cloud, like the moment between waking and sleeping, like the space between one note and the next. The frequency continues its work, not doing anything to you, but allowing you to remember what you already know. That peace is your natural state. That healing is always available. That love is the fundamental force of the universe. You don't need to believe this. You only need to feel it, to let it resonate through your being, to allow it to reorder your internal landscape. The spiral has become a mandala now, rotating so slowly that time seems suspended, each revolution taking hours or days or years. But you don't care about measuring. You only care about experiencing, about being present with the sensation of completion, of having arrived somewhere that has always been home. The threads have begun to weave themselves into patterns, complex geometries that your rational mind cannot parse, but your intuitive self recognizes immediately. Ancient symbols, sacred mathematics, the language of creation itself. They pulse with increasing brightness, not overwhelming, but illuminating, casting shadows that are somehow more real than the objects that create them. revealing hidden dimensions, hidden aspects of yourself, hidden possibilities. The humming has become silence, not absence of sound, but presence of everything. The frequency exists in the space between notes now, in the pause between breaths, in the moment when thought dissolves into pure awareness. You are floating in perfect stillness, suspended in a web of light and sound and love, held by forces far greater than gravity, far greater than fear, far greater than any human construct. You are exactly where you need to be, exactly who you need to be, exactly what this moment needs you to be. The spiral continues its eternal rotation, but you no longer need to participate. You can simply rest, simply be, simply allow the healing to complete itself. The threads have settled into their final pattern, a tapestry of light that tells the story of your journey, of every step down, every moment of surrender, every breath that brought you closer to peace. The humming has become your own heartbeat, steady, strong, assured, proof that you have arrived, proof that healing is real, proof that love transcends all boundaries. You can feel the integration happening, the peace you found here beginning to settle into your everyday consciousness, not replacing who you are, but expanding it, adding new dimensions to your experience of being alive. The spiral acknowledges your completion. The threads release their hold slightly, not abandoning you, but giving you space to move if you choose. The humming fades to a whisper, still present, still available, but no longer demanding your full attention. You are free to stay or go, to remain in this state of perfect peace, or to carry this peace with you into whatever comes next. The choice is yours, but you know now that this place will always be here, waiting when you need to return, ready to welcome you back whenever you're ready to heal again. The spiral blesses your journey. The threads send their love. The humming carries your peace into the world beyond. You are whole. You are healed. You are loved. You are home. You begin to notice the gentle press of fabric against your shoulders. The soft cotton or silk, whatever it is, seems to adjust itself around you without movement, as though the garment were alive, aware, responsive to the rhythm of your breath alone. You do not need to walk, but somehow your feet are already moving, not stepping forward so much as drifting, weightless, buoyed by something deeper than air. The corridor around you pulses softly with memory, each wall a living mosaic of moments, not yours alone, but chosen for you, selected from all the quiet joy that ever was. A child laughing in sunlight, barefoot on summer grass, the tickle of blades between toes, the way your chest expanded then, without effort, without thought. Another fragment, a cup of tea steaming in winter, your fingers wrapped around ceramic, heat traveling through your palms, into the marrow of your bones. The scent of cardamom and honey lingers here, though there is no cup in your hands now, only the echo of warmth settling into your ribs, softening the edges of tension you didn't know you carried. You move without motion, float without flight, and the corridor curves gently ahead, its walls rippling like water, each ripple a memory, each memory a thread binding you to stillness. There is no sense of time passing, only depth unfolding, layer upon layer of peace, like descending into a lake of light, where each level holds more silence, more space, more belonging. The air grows warmer as you drift, not hot, but like standing in a sunlit room after rain. The kind of warmth that seeps into your skin, through every pore, slowly, evenly, until it reaches the hollow of your spine and settles there like a stone smoothed by centuries of water. You hear it then, the anchor, not a sound exactly, but a vibration, low, steady, like the hum of a string tuned to rest, resonating somewhere behind your breastbone, traveling through your blood, through the fluid between your cells, until every part of you is singing the same note. The corridor begins to narrow, not uncomfortably, but like slipping into a favorite coat. The kind that knows your shape, that fits without needing to be adjusted. The kind that wraps around you like a promise, whispering, "You are safe. You have always been safe." The walls fade into gauze, shimmering threads that brush against your arms as you pass. Each touch a whisper of music, too faint to catch, but impossible to ignore. The melody loops without beginning or end. A song made of sighs, of breath released, of letting go. The floor beneath your feet is no longer solid, but soft, like moss, like cloud, yielding gently to your weight, then springing back, as if eager to hold you again, and again. You begin to see it. A door, not grand, not ornate, but familiar, as though you built it yourself in a dream you never forgot. The wood is warm, smooth, and marked with your name, etched not in letters, but in feeling, a shape that resonates in your chest, like recognition, like coming home. You do not reach for the handle. It turns on its own, slowly, silently, as though it has been waiting, not for you to arrive, but for you to remember that you were never truly gone. The space beyond the door is not large, but infinite. A spiraling tower wrapped in filaments of light, threads that sway without wind, brushing against each other, humming softly, like voices in a language older than words. You step inside, and the door closes behind you, not with finality, but with relief, as though it were sealing in something precious, something that had been leaking out, drop by drop, breath by breath. The air here tastes different, cleaner, softer, with hints of mint and starlight. You don't breathe it in. It breathes you, filling your lungs without effort, expanding your ribcage like a flower opening to dawn. The filaments around you shimmer, catching light that has no source, refracting it into colors you have no names for. Some of them warm, some cool, all of them familiar, as though you've seen them in dreams, in moments of stillness, in the space between heartbeats. You begin to descend, though the floor does not move beneath you. You simply sink, slowly, gracefully, like a leaf falling through still air. Not because gravity pulls, but because it is time. Time to let go. Time to arrive. The tower spirals downward, but there is no bottom. Only layers. Depths within depths. Each one holding a different quality of stillness, a different shade of peace, a different echo of the hum that lives in your bones. You come to rest on a platform, not built, but grown from the same filaments that wrap the tower, woven together by forces you cannot name, but trust completely. The surface is soft, pliant, like moss, like skin, and it cradles you perfectly, as though it knew your shape before you did. Here, in this place that exists outside of time, you see it, the MacGuffin, not an object in the usual sense, but a presence, a knowing, a feeling you thought you had lost, but never did, only misplaced, like a word on the tip of your tongue, waiting to be remembered. It rests before you, not on a pedestal, not in a box, but in the space between your hands, between your breaths, between your heartbeats. A still point in the spiral, a center that holds, a truth you have always known, but forgotten how to feel. You do not reach for it. It reaches for you, not with hands, but with warmth, with light, with the certainty that you are whole, that you have always been whole, that nothing was ever broken, only hidden, only waiting to be found. As it touches you, not with fingers, but with recognition, you feel it, the integration, the return, the settling of something that was never truly gone, but simply sleeping in the deepest chamber of your being, where the hum has always lived, where where the anchor has always held. You understand now that safety was never a place, but a state, never a destination, but a rhythm, never something you needed to find, but something you needed to remember, to trust, to breathe into, to let carry you. Like a leaf on the surface of a pond, bobbing gently, not because it tries, but because the water holds it effortlessly, completely, forever. You are that leaf, and the pond is your breath, your body, your spirit, your memory of wholeness, the hum that never stopped singing, the anchor that never let go, the door that was always open, waiting for you to step through, not into something new, but into something ancient, something true, something already yours. Rest now. Breathe. Let the hum settle into your bones. Let the warmth drink deeply into your skin. Let the filaments of light wrap around you, not to hold you still, but to remind you that stillness was always within you, that safety was never lost, that you were never alone, that you are home, always, already. You sit at the edge of everything now, where the waves meet the shore, and the sky bends down to touch the water with its breath. The sand holds your weight gently, like a palm cradling sleep itself, and each grain is soft against your skin, like powdered silk. You can feel the warmth from the sun above pressing into your shoulders, but it's distant now, not harsh, just enough to remind you that you're held between two skies. Your fingers sink into the cool surface of the earth, and as they do, you notice how the texture changes slightly with every movement, like silk, turning to mist, then back again. There's no need to move because motion has already happened. And what remains is simply being here in this space where time curls around itself like smoke rising from still water. The sound of the ocean isn't loud but deep and steady, like a heartbeat that doesn't belong to any one body, but rather to all things breathing together. Each wave rolls toward you carrying stories written in foam and salt. when it reaches your feet, it whispers secrets older than language could ever hold. You feel the chill of the water seep through your toes, but instead of pulling away, you let it settle into your bones like medicine, meant for some forgotten ache. Your breath slows, matching the rhythm of the tide, and with each exhale, something unnecessary leaves your chest like old thoughts dissolving before they finish forming. The wind moves across your face, bringing scents that don't have names, yet somehow you know them like memories stored in places deeper than memory. You watch a bird circle overhead, its wings catching light, until it becomes more glow than form. And you wonder if it was ever really there, or if it was always part of the sky itself. Your eyelids grow heavy not from tiredness, but from the weight of presence itself settling over you like velvet draped across open windows. You notice the way your heartbeat seems to echo in your ears, now slower and fuller sounding, as though it too has learned to swim in deeper waters. The horizon blurs where sea meets sky, and you realize there never was a line, only an invitation to lose yourself in the space between knowing and feeling. Your hands rest on the warm sand, and you can feel the pulse of the earth beneath your palms, steady and ancient, like a song hummed by someone who has forgotten their own name. You breathe in deeply, and the air tastes different, now charged with something sweet, like honey mixed with morning dew. And your lungs fill with more than oxygen, they fill with calm. The muscles in your neck relax one by one, letting go of tensions you didn't even know were there, like knots unraveling in slow motion underwater. Your spine softens against the pull of gravity, and you sink further into the moment, as if gravity itself were learning how to be kinder. You notice the way shadows move differently here, not sharp or cutting, but soft and rounded like clouds made of silk brushing against your skin. A small shell lies half buried near your hand, and when you pick it up, its surface is smooth and warm, like it's been holding sunlight since the beginning of days. You press the shell to your ear and hear not the ocean, but silence so complete it feels alive, like a room full of sleeping dreams waiting to wake. Your thoughts begin to drift away, not forced out, but naturally released, like leaves floating downstream after a long rain. There's nothing urgent calling for your attention. No task list, no schedule, No voice telling you to hurry or worry or plan ahead. Just this endless stretch of blue meeting blue, and the gentle insistence of the waves reminding you that some rhythms require no effort, only surrender. You close your eyes, and immediately the world doesn't disappear, but deepens, as if closing your eyes allowed you to see further than sight alone could manage. The warmth from the sun shifts slightly, and you feel it now on your eyelids, painting colors behind them that have no names but feel familiar, like songs heard in childhood. Your breathing settles into a pattern so natural it seems to have existed before you were born, waiting patiently for you to remember it. The breeze touches your hair, lightly lifting strands like fingers combing through thoughts until they are smooth and free of tangles, both physical and mental. You feel your shoulders drop lower, releasing burdens you hadn't realized you were carrying, like putting down books whose pages had grown too heavy to turn. The sound of the waves grows softer, not because they're moving further away, but because you're moving closer to their source, somewhere beyond hearing, beyond knowing. Your heartbeat matches the rhythm, now not trying to keep pace, but simply recognizing an old friend in a new form. The sand shifts slightly under your body, adjusting to hold you better, like a bed made of centuries of patience and care. You feel safe here, not because there's anything protecting you, but because safety and danger have dissolved into something simpler, the absence of need. Your mind quiets not through force, but through fullness, like a cup so filled with peace it has no room left for noise. You notice how the temperature of your skin changes throughout your body, warm, in some places cool, in others exactly as it should be, without effort. The concept of time begins to fade, replaced by something more like texture, thick and golden, like honey poured slowly from a jar held high above a bowl. You exist in layers, now not levels, one feeling resting atop another, like blankets pulled tight around a body, finally ready for rest. Your awareness expands outward, but doesn't leave you. It simply creates more space within you, like rooms opening in a house you've lived in all along. The breeze carries scents of flowers you've never seen and seas you've never sailed, but somehow recognize, like returning home after years abroad. Your limbs feel loose, now connected to your body, but not dependent on it, like notes in a melody that exists independently of the instrument. You smile without meaning to, and the smile spreads through your chest like warmth from a fire shared among friends who need no words. The sky above seems to bend closer, as if curious about this quiet figure sitting at the edge of itself, watching the dance between elements. You feel held not by arms or promises, but by the simple fact of existing in a universe that continues to create beauty long after reasons run out. The waves continue their work, neither asking permission nor offering explanation, simply doing what water does best, becoming everything it touches. Your breath comes easier, now requiring less effort than blinking. And with each cycle, something unnecessary falls away like dust shaken from a rug in morning light. You notice the way your thoughts arrive, now not in crowds, but singly, like birds landing one at a time on a branch heavy with possibility. When you think of leaving this place, it doesn't feel like loss, but like remembering that home travels with you, no matter where you go. The sun moves higher, but its heat feels different, now filtered through layers of acceptance, until it becomes less light and more comfort. You feel your body melting into the landscape, not disappearing, but becoming part of the scenery, like a statue that remembers it was once human. The boundary between self and world softens until you're unsure where one ends and the other begins, like trying to separate water from wetness. You understand now why people seek places like this, not for escape, but for return to the version of themselves that never forgot how to trust. The rhythm of your heartbeat joins the chorus of the earth itself, pulsing with the same energy that moves mountains and births stars across impossible distances. You feel gratitude rise in your chest, not directed at anyone or anything, but simply existing like light through a window, illuminating dust motes dancing in air. Your awareness settles deeper into stillness, and you realize that movement was never required, only the courage to stop pretending you needed to prove your existence. The waves lap at your feet now, and each touch feels intentional, like fingers tracing letters in a language spoken only by water and skin. You understand that healing isn't something that happens to you, but something you are when you stop resisting the truth of your own gentleness. The breeze picks up, slightly carrying with it the promise of rain somewhere inland. But here, beside the water, all remains perfectly dry and warm. You feel your connection to everything strengthening, not through effort, but through recognition, like seeing your reflection clearly for the first time in years. The sun begins its descent, but instead of bringing evening, it brings a kind of completion, like the final note in a song that lingers long after the music stops. You sit in the center of this memory, not remembering it, but living it fully awake inside a moment that refuses to end. Let the edges of your awareness begin to soften now. Feel how the weight of the day begins to lift away from you. Each breath carries something lighter into your body, something deeper than relaxation is beginning to settle in. This is not just rest. This is coming home to yourself. Notice how easily your thoughts begin to slow down. They don't need to race anymore. They don't need to solve anything right now. Your mind is learning to float rather than push forward, like drifting on a still lake under early morning light. The surface tension of effort is dissolving now. You're moving into a space where nothing needs to be forced, where everything can simply be received. Your body is remembering how to let go completely, starting from your shoulders. Let them drop away from your ears. Let them sink into the support beneath you. Now your arms can soften completely. Your hands don't need to hold onto anything anymore. They can open fully and release everything they've been carrying. Feel how much lighter you become when you stop gripping. How much more space there is for peace to fill you. Your chest is beginning to expand with each breath now, not from effort, but from natural rhythm. The resonance is starting to move through your ribcage, warming every cell with its steady presence. You don't have to create this feeling. You only need to notice it growing stronger. Your abdomen rises and falls like gentle waves, each movement washing something new into your awareness, something older than memory, something that has always known how to care for you. Your legs can finally release all their tension, from your thighs down to your ankles, to your feet resting safely on the ground or bed. There is nowhere you need to go from here. Nothing you need to prove or accomplish. Just this complete settling into being. As the resonance deepens its work within you, you might notice old patterns beginning to shift. Thoughts that used to circle endlessly are slowing down, making space for something quieter to emerge. This is your nervous system learning a new language, the language of safety, of trust in the natural rhythms of your being. Your heart rate is finding its own peaceful tempo now, not rushed by alarm or obligation, but guided by something much wiser, something that knows exactly what you need to heal, and when, and how. The images that usually fill your mind are beginning to fade, like clouds dissolving in warm afternoon sunlight, leaving behind only the feeling of being held by something vast and gentle, something that doesn't ask anything of you except to simply be present. You don't need to see anything now. You don't need to do anything now. Your body is taking over the work of restoration. Your mind can finally rest in the knowledge that it's safe, that all the systems of your being are aligned, working together in perfect harmony. The resonance doesn't stop when the words do. It continues its work while you rest, moving through layers of holding you didn't even know were there, softening what has been rigid, warming what has been cold, bringing life back to places that had grown numb. Your body knows what to do with this. Trust it completely. It has been preparing for this moment your entire life, learning how to receive care, how to let the healing come through you, rather than having to force it from outside. Every cell in your being is responding to the call to return to balance, to remember what wholeness feels like. This is not something you have to earn. It's something you already are, waiting patiently beneath the surface of daily concerns. The peace you're experiencing now is not separate from you. It's the foundation upon which everything else rests, even when you can't feel it, even when life seems chaotic above. This calm center has never left you. It has simply been waiting for you to slow down enough to notice, to remember that you belong here, in this body, in this breath, in this moment of complete belonging. There is nothing foreign about this peace, nothing exotic or hard to reach. It's as natural as sleep, as automatic as your heartbeat. The resonance is simply reminding you of what you've always known, that you are held, that you are supported, that you are exactly where you need to be, right here in the warmth of your own presence, right now in the safety of letting everything go, in the simple act of breathing. This peace is always here, whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling. It will be waiting, like a favorite blanket folded at the foot of your bed, like a door that's always unlocked, like the first sip of tea on a quiet morning. You don't have to convince anyone to let you rest. You don't have to explain why you need this. Your worthiness is not conditional on productivity, on achievement, on being anything other than exactly who you are. Breathing in this moment, the resonance is creating space within you. Space for joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. Space for love that isn't earned or lost. Space for a kind of rest that refreshes your soul, not just your body, not just your mind. The part of you that remembers eternity is waking up to its own nature now, not through effort or striving, but through complete surrender to the wisdom that flows through you, guiding you back to yourself again and again. There is no rush to leave this place, no timeline that matters more than your readiness. The resonance will stay with you as long as you need, moving through your energy field like a gentle current, caring for you in ways you cannot yet imagine, clearing pathways that have been blocked for years, opening doors to parts of yourself that have been waiting, patiently, quietly, with endless compassion. These parts don't judge you for forgetting them. They simply welcome you back, like family who never stopped loving you. The resonance is teaching your cells to remember how to communicate with each other, how to work together instead of against each other, how to create health from within rather than trying to patch things up from outside. This is the medicine your body has always wanted. Not harsh or invasive, but nurturing and patient, like rain falling on thirsty soil, exactly when it's needed most, in exactly the right amount, without waste or excess. Your nervous system is learning to trust again, to recognize the difference between real threat and the false alarms that have kept you vigilant for so much of your life. It's safe to lower your guard now. Safe to let your shoulders drop. Safe to let your breath deepen. Safe to let your heart rate slow into its natural rhythm, the one it knew before the world taught you otherwise, the one that still lives in your bones, waiting to be remembered. This remembering doesn't happen all at once. It unfolds naturally, like seasons changing, like flowers opening to morning light. There's no need to rush the process, no need to measure or track it. Just allow yourself to be present with the unfolding, with whatever wants to emerge, whether it's relief or sadness or gratitude or simply more space to breathe. All of it is welcome here. All of it serves your healing. The resonance holds space for your wholeness, even the parts you haven't met yet, even the aspects of yourself that have been hiding, fearing rejection or judgment. They can come out now, slowly, safely, into an environment that accepts them completely, that celebrates their unique gifts, that recognizes how essential they are to the full expression of who you are. No part of you is too broken to belong. No experience too difficult to integrate. The resonance works with everything, transforming what seemed impossible into what becomes inevitable, healing that felt distant into healing that feels like coming home, rest that felt like luxury into rest that feels like birthright. You are learning to receive care on every level: physical, emotional, spiritual. The boundaries that once kept you isolated are becoming bridges, connecting you to the flow of life itself. The resonance is not just sound or vibration. It's the frequency of love, transmitted directly to your heart, bypassing the mind entirely, speaking the language your soul understands, without translation or interpretation. This is why you feel so deeply recognized, so completely seen, because you are being loved, not conditionally, not temporarily, but with the kind of love that creates worlds. The same love that that holds planets in their orbits, that guides rivers to the sea, that brings spring after winter, without fail, without question, without needing anything in return. You are held in that same embrace now, surrounded by it, filled with it, becoming it. The distinction between receiver and source, between seeker and found, begins to dissolve. You are not separate from this love. You never were. You are made of it. You are its expression, its embodiment, its celebration of itself. The resonance is calling you back to this truth, back to the recognition that you have never been alone, that help has always been available, that guidance has always been present. You just needed to slow down enough to hear it, needed to stop long enough to feel it, needed to trust enough to receive it. And now you are learning how to say yes to the care that has always been offered, to the peace that has always been yours. Sleep now. Until we meet again in the quiet spaces between thoughts.